Okay, so it looks like we are finally maybe back up on broadcast here. Let's see if we can get the chat going. Rory, I apologize for the tech issues. Not sure what happened there. Okay, so it looks like we are finally maybe back up on broadcast here. Let's see if So we still have G. Tiffin now, who has brought on his lead out to 12 seconds over Pete Shack. And we've got Ace Spivak and Rory Duckworth. And let's see how they did last week. I think I was talking with Rory here a second ago. Let's go to the page and let's open up Zwift Power. So Jeff, was it you were saying it's your first time on Discord?
Yes, but not my first race.
All right, so how many races have you done?
This is probably 4.
Okay.
I use it a lot for my Z4 workouts, Z3, Z4.
Yep. Now, how long you been doing triathlons?
Seriously, about 2 years, on and off for about 6.
Yeah, I started in like 2007 or 8, but I've had a couple seasons where I've been I've had injuries of one kind or another, and so we're hoping that this year we're healthy enough that we can actually get some races done. All right, so last week in this race here, we had Thomas Moore, Quan Nguyen, Takayuki, and Rory Duckworth in the A's, and Paul Berger, Brett Elder, and Nick Philpott in the B's. And right now I'm seeing about 20 or so riders, maybe 16 riders tonight, a little bit lighter. But we've got a guy right now who rides in the B category who we're seeing as leading this race. So maybe no A's tonight. But this B is Mr. Tiffin here is putting out some decent watts for a B rider, and I'd say over the course of this event he may make himself an A. If he gets above that 4.0 consistently, 95% of that, then he should be an A at the end of the evening. Trying to see if he raced last week here. And let's see here. Problem with this race course here is that it sort of borrows a few different courses from London, so when you're trying to keep track of all the riders on one screen, they come and go as they're on technically different courses.
Guys.
Hey, how are you? So it's not Rory Duckworth I've seen, it's Ryan Duckworth, and I was thinking about the fact that St. George was in your neck of the woods last week, and you guys had quite a show out in Utah with Alistair Brownlee and Lionel Sanders.
Yeah. Sorry, couldn't make it. I'm dealing with the man flu here, guys.
Yeah, and I apologize for the rough start here. I've had tech issues before, but that was a whammy that came my way. So
That's okay.
Hope you're feeling better though.
We'll get there. I'm. It was rough this morning, but I'm feeling better as the hours go on. So hopefully, I'll get some.
Now, did you race this weekend, or did you have folks
Yes.
who raced?
Yeah, we had over 100 athletes race this last weekend from our club. So
That's awesome.
we had a good group.
Roy,
Ryan.
tell me a little bit about your club.
Yeah, so the Salt Lake Tri Club was started here in the Salt Lake Valley. We've got members all over the U.S. actually, but we basically started a club just to give back and to help each other and to promote the sport of triathlon here in Utah locally and all over the U.S. So mainly just support each other. We have a pretty active private Facebook page that people can go on there and post about current races or situation, anything under the sun regarding triathlon. So pretty tight knit community and just a lot of fun. So
Yeah, it's always nice when you've got folks that are kind of like-minded and that you can share the experience in and bounce things off of. I spent a lot of time when I was getting into the sport on mentoring groups on beginner triathlete, and then kind of moved on from there and have got into the Zwift world quite deep. But it's always fun to be with a group and have people to motivate you and get you kind of on the straight and narrow, I like to say.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, having that team atmosphere and just bouncing ideas. I mean, we don't do this for a living, so you got to have fun at some point through all the suffering, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, this is what I'd much rather do than work every day. But unfortunately, I don't know if you saw the thread today. I won't be able to remember his name, but one of the pros did an essay on the finances of a young pro triathlete.
That was great.
And it wasn't the. I mean, I'm actually surprised he's making as much as he is, but you're certainly not getting rich doing it.
no. I mean, you got to be that upper echelon triathlete, and for how hard those guys work, it's really sad. That there's not more money in the sport and more reward for those guys that work so hard and break 8-hour Ironmans. It's just ridiculous. So.
Oh yeah. Or 3 hour and change half Ironman, right?
Yeah.
If I had to guess, I would have put that number about twice that, so I was really shocked.
Yeah, it was in the 40s, right? It was upper 40s. He has some other jobs that he's doing, but his prize winnings, I think they even said, am I right here when I said that? I think it was Sebastian Kienle that his prize winnings were only like 160,000 last year, and that was like the highest.
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense. Obviously, they're making more money off sponsorship deals and stuff like that, but
yeah, the interesting income category he had was equipment sales. So as he's done with equipment that I assume his sponsors give him, he's able to sell it, and that was actually a source of income for him.
Yeah, that's kind of sad, isn't it? Yeah, so just looking at him, I'm not in the race to see exactly who's in here, but I know we've got brother Ryan Duckworth, got Brandon Borchette, his wife raced this week, came and supported. We've got Stephanie Shu, who also raced last week. A few people that texted me that couldn't get into the race for some odd reason. My suggestion in the future to people listening is just show up a little early. Stuff happens. I think they did an up over the week, correct?
Yeah, there was an update over the weekend that was somewhat substantial, and I think it really depends on what kind of computer you're using. I mean, I built a kind of a custom rig for Zwifting, and probably overkill, but I mean, back when I was using like an older Mac, the updates could take a while.
Yeah. Tell us about your triathlon.
Yeah, so I mean, I got back into fitness when I realized I was about 25 pounds overweight in my my late 30s, and I always thought there's only one kind of triathlon, which was the Ironman, right? Which what we all saw on TV as we were growing up, and the iconic images from that race. And one of the people I work with was like, no, there's these things, they're like Olympic distance and there's sprints. And I was like, well shoot, a sprint, that doesn't sound too bad. So I think the next week I went to the gym and made sure I could run 3 miles. Once I realized I could run 3 miles, I knew I could bike, and I always felt comfortable in the water. And that was like the biggest, what's the word I'm looking for? I missed on that one because open water swimming is nothing like being comfortable in the water. Like I was in the Navy for 6 years, and we'd stop the ship in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and go swimming, and I was always comfortable. But swimming with 500 of your closest friends and getting beat up in the water, that's a whole different experience. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
I did a lot of sprint triathlons, and then really got into running and did a lot of half marathons and those kind of things. And then kind of pushed and cajoled into doing a half Ironman a few years ago. And I was saying earlier, I've really dealt with the injury bug the last few years, and we're hoping to be healthy this year. That's really the goal of the season, and the long-term goal for this year is to do Barrelman up in Niagara at the end of the season.
Cool. Cool. Is that a what distance is that?
That's a 70.3, so it's by
Cool.
Rev 3.
Nice.
It's actually got a really cool swim because the swim's in a canal that's kind of built around like a crew stadium, like a canoeing stadium.
Oh yeah.
So there's
So it's all protected.
And it's protecting their stands, so people actually sit and really watch the race.
That's cool.
And then the bike is around Niagara, and then the run is actually past the falls twice, which is pretty cool.
Wow. So where is that located?
It's in Niagara. So over
No,
in Canada.
Niagara. Okay, so are you do you live back east?
I live in the Detroit area of Michigan.
Oh, cool. Okay, so we're about 9:30 there then about.
Yep, 9:22.
There you go. That's great. That's great.
But that's I think that's the hardest thing. I mean, none of the things themselves are really that daunting, but when you put them all together and you try to balance your schedule with life and a family and a job, and then you try to stay healthy, and you got to fight. It's like a maturity process. You got to fight that urge to try to make up for lost workouts, and to you have to be so careful about overextending yourself and injuring yourself and then really ruining a season.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And being a USAT coach, the one thing, and just being a triathlete myself, we're all human, right? We all want to go 100% all the time, and fighting that urge and actually holding back, especially for the long distance type training, is really difficult. And if you can learn how to hold back, then injuries will get better. But sometimes it's bad luck too.
Yeah,
Control everything.
I mean, like last year, I was doing great, and I had a really nice run, and I think I actually know what ultimately caused it. It was changing shoes. But I'm walking down the stairs 3 hours after a run, and my right Achilles just started screaming at me. Out of nowhere.
My gosh.
Never had an Achilles problem in my life, and I mean, I literally almost couldn't walk for a couple of days. It was so
That's
painful.
horrible.
And you just at that point you're like, well, there's no point. I mean, you just have to stop, right? You don't
Yeah.
want to rupture an Achilles.
How was cycling?
I actually cycled within a week. It hurt the first time, and I ended up getting some CEP compression brand, their Achilles braces.
Yep.
And I wear those things religiously now just to support them. And I've been running. I'd switched to Hoka's, and the difference in the drop. So I was running in adrenalines for a long time, and the Hoka's have a lot less of a drop from the heel to the toe, and I think it just put too much pressure on the Achilles.
What are you running now?
I'm running in a pair of Asics.
Oh, cool.
So similar to the adrenalines, just went to the local running store and we decided we'd try something different.
Cool.
Yeah. So really quick, back to the race. So this gentleman, G. Tiffin, who I looked him up on Zwift Power, he's done a handful of races, some KISS races, and it looks like he's right at that AB threshold. So he's showing that his most recent race on the 7th, he's 3.9 watts per kilogram is his threshold. So he's riding around there, if not maybe a little bit more today. But we'll see how this happens for him. So is it warm in Utah, or is it still cold, or?
Yeah, no, this week's been pretty good. I want to say we hit probably, let's see, we're supposed to have some rain today, but I don't think that ever happened. I've been just trying to sleep all day.
Yeah, no, it sucks being sick.
Yeah, no, 70, we got up to 72 today. Thursday's 79.
That's nice.
Friday's 83. So yeah, we got some good weather right now. It's really nice, running and biking weather. I assume the same in Detroit.
The weather's been crap here, so I joke
Oh.
with we have quite a few guys that doing some of my group workouts that ride from England, and I joke that Detroit's kind of been London lately. It's been pretty cool, and it's been raining a lot. This week is actually sunny, but the highs are still only in the 50s, and maybe close to 60. But
Wow.
I need it to warm up in the morning so I can get out on the bike on the
Yeah.
weekends.
We're 85 here, but we've had so much rain.
And also down in Tennessee.
Yeah. The days it's not raining, we're up in the mid 80s. But we've had about 5 of the last 7 days have been rain.
Wow. Yeah, same kind of here. We didn't get flooded like Quebec did, but still been pretty miserable. So real quick, the riders on their third lap, so they've got this lap, the fourth, and the fifth to go, and Paul Shack is still maintaining kind of a 24-second gap behind Mr. Tiffin here from Australia. So Gerard Tiffin, and it looks like Paul maybe is a little older than Gerard, but that doesn't really mean anything on Zwift. Doesn't really mean anything in the real world. It all comes down to your performance.
How's the sea race shaping up?
Let me look here real quick.
I think, as far as I can tell, Ryan Duckworth is probably pushing a CB.
Yeah, he's registered. He's showing up as a B on Zwift.
Is he?
Power.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
We've got a rider, I think, from Mexico, Jalisco, who I think is leading the C's with Jay Stokes right behind, Jay Horn, and M. Montrose, and G.
I'm Jay
Martinez.
Horn.
All right, so yeah, so you're I think in third place. You're right with Jay Stokes, correct?
Yeah, that's the way it looks.
Yep. Let's see here if I can.
Got a solid C race going on then.
Yeah, it looks that way. Hold on one second here. I think I wanted to do that. Find Ryan.
What is Jalisco's weight?
Jalisco's weight. Let's see here. It's on my way. His weight is, I'm not seeing it on here on the live feed.
He was just 2 watts per kg for a while, and it wasn't cutting into his time. But I'm trying to catch him.
All right, well, you keep working. And I'm trying to get back to the riders here. I think I may have fudged this up.
Perry Hacker's doing pretty well. I'm glad that he was able to make it.
Dude, I'm at the back.
Well, yeah, but you're working out, right?
Yeah, I am, but I'm still in like the last group.
Hey, Perry, did you race this weekend, right?
I sure did.
Then give yourself a break, man. It's a lot better than what I can say I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Rory. You gotta get over getting sick.
Yeah, this is I don't know where I picked this one up, but yeah. Brandon Borchett and Ryan Duckworth are fairly close. Let me see the difference here. I don't have a time difference, but I can let's see, 13 plus 15 or like 25 seconds separate Ryan and Brandon for the Bs. I'm going to come back to you, Perry, and see what your heart rates.
I couldn't get my heart rate monitor to connect.
Oh, could you not?
No, I tried and tried, and it just wouldn't show up.
Huh. Well, you got a solid cadence there.
What?
You got a solid cadence there.
That's what I'm working on.
So are you both coaches?
No, I'm not a coach. I've thought about it, but I just do a lot of things for ODZ, leading rides and do a lot of group workouts now for the team.
Cool.
But it sounds like Rory's a coach.
Yeah, I'm a USAT certified coach.
So it's funny on these nights where I have these interval workouts, I tend to just get on here and race.
Yeah.
Just because it's fun.
Yeah, fun and it.
I think I still get the money in the bank factor.
Yeah, you know, when you got to do those hard intervals and it's hard to do them by yourself, you know. But when you got some motivation on racing and whatnot, it really makes it a lot easier. The hour goes by a lot faster when you're racing.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely what we found on Team ODZ is that we do a lot of things in a group. There's a handful of us, and when you're trying to get through either 3 by 20 minutes or even just 2-minute VO2 max intervals at the end of the day, it's so much better to have somebody with you that you can share it with.
Yep.
I'm probably 80% indoors at this point.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm same thing here.
Just do my long stuff outside when I can.
We used to go out on the Ironman course a bunch over in Georgia, but we've had several accidents, people getting hit.
Yeah.
Same everywhere, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah, we've not had a good couple of years here in Michigan, that's for sure.
Stephanie Shoes busting it out here.
Yeah, you guys had a group ride get plowed over up there, didn't you?
There was a couple. There's one in Kalamazoo, but there's one that was leaving the west side of the state, and some guy in the morning just I don't know what the outcome was there, but he just drove right through it and dragged a woman and killed her.
Good job, Stephanie, powering it up that little hill.
Jalisco is sneaking away.
What mileage are you at?
13.8.
Okay.
What's the total distance?
I think it's around 18, including the 18 to 19, including the warm up. This one's a little deceiving because it's got that warm up. Oh, let's see. Where was Duckworth there? Jay Horn, is that you, Horn? Jay Horn?
That's me.
Okay. Good job. What's your lactic threshold on your heart rate?
Don't know that specifically.
Okay, what do you typically? Yeah, what do you got on your FTP average?
259 was my last test.
Oh wow. Okay, you're doing pretty good right now then. And what's your FTP at right now?
259. But
Cool.
I haven't tested it in about 2 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can probably tell you've already increased just based off of the little time I've watched you here.
Yeah, these races are helping.
Yeah, I mean you haven't gone under 250 too often here, and you're still pushing a 157, which is probably your max.
I'm 43.
Cool. Age is just a number, right?
That's right.
Perry, don't quit on me. Let's go. I'm watching you.
You gotta love having a coach ride you on the way.
See how Brandon's doing. I think Brandon's Brandon. There we go. I'm watching you, Brandon. Let's go. He might be hurting a little bit.
So I probably shouldn't run after this, right?
Oh,
No,
no, you
for it.
should. Get right off and do a nice little brick.
Yeah, I got a little Z3 brick after this.
There you go.
There you go. That's what this morning I had a nice VO2 workout, and then went and did 45 minutes outdoors. It was nice. It was and you surprise yourself sometimes, right? You feel like you're gonna really be suffering and miserable, and you get out there and you start, and it's all good.
Yeah, hardest part's getting out the door.
That's right.
Yeah.
I live at the bottom of a very hilly neighborhood, so all I got to do is run out of my neighborhood to get Z4.
Nice. I'm watching Ryan right now. He's going at a good click here. Heart rate 173. Hovering around 280 watts or 3.0.
We got a runner here on the screen right now, Mr. P.
Nice.
Joy. Trying to find the racers here, and I can't find them on the screen here, so I'm hoping to find somebody who's on the track.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
You guys do the running on Zwift as well?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, I've done it. I like it a lot. I haven't done it as much with the weather being better. The riding, running outside's, I think, a little better than riding outside. So
all day long.
Yeah, but I during the winter I did all of my runs on Zwift,
Okay.
and it was great because you would get the points for it, and then they changed it. So
That treadmill's a mental thing. It's really good.
Yeah, it's clearly a mental.
okay, guys, I'm gonna take off.
Yeah, you feel better?
Yeah,
better.
I'm gonna go take a nap, take a shower probably, and see if I can get some more liquids in me. But I appreciate you filling in today for me, Mitch.
Yeah, and I apologize for the tech issues. Not.
Oh, don't even worry about it. I hope to see you at some of our events though, if you can make it.
Yeah, I did the Castelli TNT Thursday rides a lot, but my issue
Oh,
is
yeah.
all my workouts are typically morning. And
Ah,
I couldn't turn it around from 10 o'clock at night, finish up a hard ride, to trying to get up at 5 in the morning and then ride again. It just doesn't work.
yeah, that's tough. Well, next Tuesday we'll have it at 6 a.m. our time. You're probably at work. Your time is probably 8 a.m. So I don't know
Yep.
if you can make that happen, but either way, hope to see you around more
All
often.
right, sounds great.
Okay, talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Right now, trying to see if I can't find some of these riders on here. All right, so now we are back with Stephanie Shu, who is doing the time trial, and she is one of the C's. So we're almost with Mr. Horn. If I can move forward some here. So she is about a minute and a half behind him. So we'll move forward here and see who else we can find.
Are you doing like a race overview on Zwift?
Yeah, we're streaming it live, and unfortunately, tonight was not my night, and rough set of things here. But looks like, let's see, where would you be?
Are you hitting like an F key on the keyboard, or?
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be. Nothing seems to be working good for me tonight. Let's see. I was just riding this course all morning, so I'm at least familiar with it. Keep it on Stephanie here for a second. So how you feeling right now?
Terrible.
Oh, you're still talking.
I haven't fallen over yet. One lap to go.
Looks like our leaders here should be finishing up soon on their final lap, with Gerard Tiffin still with a sizable lead. Got a minute 58-second lead on second right now. All right, so now we finally got the ride width to work. So we are watching the leader right now, G. Tiffin, riding for the B category. And he is right at the threshold, folks. So he is coming into the finish here shortly. He's going to go down, he's going to loop around, and he'll hit the 1K banner. And then he'll have just a short jaunt and a sprint to finish this baby up. We'll see how this power goes. And then we'll jump back and we'll watch a couple other folks, and we'll see the C's finish. You're only a few seconds, or are you more about a minute behind Jalisco now?
Yeah, 53 at last check.
Yep.
Oh no, looks like a minute. Yeah, I haven't been able to cut anything off of them.
Yeah, we haven't done a time trial on Zwift for quite a while. We did a team time trial last year, a bunch of us, and then I think we did that a couple times. And that's a lot of fun. And the second one I did, it turned me the wrong way at one point. I lost my team, which was really unfortunate.
Does that include drafting?
Yeah, if we didn't have time trial bikes, we just rode on regular bikes, so there was drafting, which was fun. So I think it was a team of 4, and we really worked on taking poles, and we trained a little bit, and
That's really cool.
yeah, it was pretty fun. It was a fun morning, and it was a lot of it was good working with a group of guys and getting to know each other, and use Discord and communicate the whole time. So we're watching Gerard Tiffin. He's going to come to the finish here in a second. He's going to hit the sprint here, see if he sprints for us or whether he just rides this one in. He's got a big lead. See what else we can find here. So Mr. Tiffin here is now coasting to a stop after finishing this race, winning it for the A's. Let's see if we can find his name is, I think, showing up different on Zwift. What's his? Is it showing up as Leo Rodriguez on your screen, or is it showing up as something else?
Who, me?
Yeah. The guy who's leading the C's.
I thought it was Jalisco.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought it was too, but he's not showing up when I search for him.
Yeah, he's not showing up as nearby me.
Let's look and see if we find Borchert.
Yeah, there he is, 102. Looks like he's sprinting home.
Is there a way to see a bird's eye view of the whole course?
You can get up in the air a little bit, but I don't think there is. If you go to Zwift blog, maybe there, and I'm not sure if it's that site or another site. There's an
Zwift
add-on
GPS.
where you can sort of interpose a map on the screen.
It's called Zwift GPS.
Okay, thanks.
Stokes is catching up.
All right, so now let's see if we can find you now. So Mr. Montrose is how far behind you? Can you see him on your screen?
I do not.
Let's see here. So Mr. Montrose, I think, is our leader for our Ds, even though he's listed as a C on Zwift Power. Let's see if we find Mr. Duckworth. We find Ryan Duckworth. right, so Mr. Duckworth is cruising here to his finish for the Bs. And we should have just a little bit behind him. Here we go, is Jalisco, who is leading you by a little bit here. And he is cruising also to a finish here in just a quick second. Looks like he is done now. His watts are coming on down. And behind him we should have B. Borchet. He is finishing up. About to cross the banner. And then let's see if we can't find you. So
I just entered the red road.
all right, so you should be there.
Yeah, I can see it.
So frustrating that you can't navigate this system any better.
A little bit left in the tank.
You're gonna do that run now?
Yeah.
You like running at night?
Yeah, I go with my headlights. Great.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot, and then I actually got to the point I got comfortable enough with the amount of lights and just the whatnot that I just run without a light. But with we keep having coyote sightings in our neighborhood, so I'm not quite sure that makes sense anymore.
Yeah, it depends what I watch on Netflix too.
All right, so now we are watching you come here. So it looks like you just finished because your watts have come on down. It looks like you're cooling down. Got Mr. Stokes behind you. Mr. Stokes has just finished the race and is coasting now.
All right, thanks a lot. That was fun. My battery's dying.
All right, you have a good night and enjoy your run.
Yeah, we'll see you again soon.
All right, thank you. So folks, absent all the difficulty, I hope you guys did enjoy seeing some of the race tonight, and also some of the banter and some of the conversation between me and Rory Duckworth. I think it's a great idea that they're doing this time trial race and alternating the times around the clock. It's a great event to really just test yourself against the clock and to kind of take out the race tactics from the race. But please join us in the future for these events, and please check out Zwift Live by ODZ on Facebook for all our streaming. We are streaming and posting content throughout the week. So on Mondays we do a Monday Magnum race. On Tuesdays we have a cat and mouse or a coffee ride. On Wednesdays we have a full calendar with a coffee ride, a class on power meters, and also a skills and drills Castelli ride where we teach race tactics on Zwift. We've got some racing on Thursday. We've got a nutritional class on Fridays, a women's race on Saturday, another cat and mouse race, and then Sunday we just have a bunch of other content that sometimes gets streamed for a long endurance ride. So thank you guys for joining. Apologize for the technical difficulties, and you guys all have a good night.